Do you see it? Right there. Do you see that? I'm dominating myself. Let me tell you more about it. I made a mistake. I messed up with my fertilizer application, and we need to fix this. I'm gonna show you how it's done. Perhaps maybe you have done something similar. Perhaps you have one of those spreaders where the fertilizer gets caught in the wheels and you have these like fert lines, these dark lines that show up. In my case here, I used a drop spreader for the perimeter pass when I did my fertilizer application a few weeks ago, and I was a little too heavy-handed. The spreader setting was a little too high and it dropped a lot more fert than I wanted it to around the perimeter. And then by the time I filled in the rest with a rotary spreader, I didn't put as much fertilizer down in the middle to fill it in as I did on the outside. So we're gonna fix this today, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. Let's just head on over to my little corner of goodies over here. Ooh. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. All right, so this is what I will be using today to fix this problem. It's gonna be a spray application, a foliar application of a product called Feature. The analysis on this is a 600, and it is also jam-packed with some micronutrients, including iron. So 6 nitrogen, 0% phosphorus, 0% potassium. Our application a couple weeks ago when we put this fertilizer down was a 10-14-0. So I already put some phosphorus down. I don't want to really put any more of that down. Yeah, I went a little heavy around the edge, but that was really from the nitrogen and some of the other micronutrients in that fertilizer. So this is what we're going to do to fill in the color in the middle of the yard here. And we're going to do a foliar application because we want more of an instant response and faster results, and we have better control spraying this kind of a product than we do slinging a granular fertilizer. So this is the product I'm going with. You don't necessarily have to use this product right here, but just wanted to share with you the reasons why I'm going with a product like this. You can definitely find other products on the market, but this is a great product and I highly recommend it. Of course, I will leave a link in the description below where you can buy it. Not sponsored. Now you might be wondering, well, Vince, didn't you just put down fertilizer? Are you gonna be putting down too much nitrogen? Are you gonna burn the lawn? No. We put down about, I think it was 3/4 pound of nitrogen during the last application, which was our first fertilizer application of the year. This application, being a liquid application, uses a lot less fertilizer per 1,000 square feet, but it's going straight through the leaf of the plant. It's not sitting on the soil, so it is going to absorb immediately in the plant and take it up. But we're talking about like ounces per 1,000 square feet of nitrogen rather than pounds per square feet. And so we're not really putting that much more down. But for those already familiar with applying liquid fertilizers, you understand the concept of spoon feeding, where in granular applications, you maybe put down 2, 3, 4 fertilizer applications a year, you know, 3/4 pound each time, maybe 1/2 pound in the summer, right? For spoon feeding, for liquid applications, it's more frequent, but less nitrogen, right? Less nitrogen each time. At the end of the year, you're still putting down the same amount of fertilizer for the entire season. You're still giving the grass plant the amount of nitrogen it needs. You're just doing it more frequently, but less quantity. All right, so a couple things you're gonna need if you're gonna do something like this. One, you're gonna need a method of spraying the product on the lawn, and I do recommend a backpack sprayer or a pump sprayer, something where you can get a fan-tipped nozzle like this that can spray a very fine mist. I would avoid a hose end sprayer because what we're looking for here is a fine foliar application. You want this stuff to stick to the grass blade and not necessarily get down to the soil layer. It's okay if some of it gets down to the soil layer, but if you're using something like a hose end sprayer that has a larger quantity of water, most of that product is going to get down to the soil layer. Some of it will be on the grass blade and you will see results, but I'm just saying we're trying to get a pure foliar application here, and the best way to do that is with a backpack sprayer or a pump sprayer using this fan tip nozzle here. So I have my Petra Tools HD 4000 backpack sprayer. I will be putting on my fan tipped nozzle. We have our product. We have a method of weighing. I'll use my measuring cup here to weigh things out. And then we're going to be mixing everything with the drill here and a mixing paddle. So really quick here, but just wanted to let you know, if you're going to do something like this, this is the kind of stuff you're going to need to be able to mix things up. Do you need the mixing paddle? Maybe not necessarily. You can just shake up the backpack sprayer, but that does make it a lot easier and really get a good, nice mix of the product and water. So we're going to go ahead and do this. So for this product right here, the application rate says 1 to 2 ounces per 1,000 square feet mixed in enough water for making the application. So typically a good rule of thumb is 1 gallon per 1,000 square feet of water, right? So you could mix this at 1 to 2 ounces in a gallon of water to cover 1,000 square feet. That also depends on your walking speed and how you have your sprayer calibrated. For me, I'm a slow walker. I have about 2,500 square feet here in the front. I'm gonna go with a full 4 gallons and I'm gonna mix about maybe 2.5 ounces of this product here into that 4 gallons of water for 2,500 square feet. All right, so we are about ready to spray here. I just mixed everything up over there. Just want to let you know that when we do go to spray, we don't want to spray this dark stripe here. We want to stay away from the perimeter because that's good. So the nice thing about the fan tip nozzle and a sprayer is you do have a good amount of control. So long as the winds are calm, you can keep your mist away from this area. So we're going to come down this side and spray everything and fill everything in towards the center and stay away from the perimeter. We just sprayed the entire lawn with the exception of this perimeter, and in just a few short days it looks like this. And here it is, just about 3-4 weeks later, 3.5 weeks. It's not perfect, and we've actually had to apply 2 applications of the liquid fertilizer. I'm probably going to do a third to even everything out. It's still really dark green on the edge here, but as you start to pan through the middle of the yard, it is starting to even out, and it's just really the edge that's more brighter green, because I've been trying to stay away from fertilizing the dark green. So I've got to get a little bit more comfortable with the sprayer getting just a bit more up against and in to this really bright green area here, if you can see that. But otherwise, I think everything else looks pretty good. I'm starting to see a difference and things are starting to fill in nicely. This is definitely going to take time. I'm realizing that, but wanted to share this with you in case you're having these issues. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for joining.